It's been a long time since I start making content. It's been a long time since I start coaching business. And what I can tell you is that I often feel lonely. And when people hear feeling lonely, they associate something negative. But I don't think so. Feeling lonely to me is actually a great thing because it's a reminder for me that I'm not chasing the shadow of my weakness, or I'm not chasing the pleasure. I'm not chasing something that everybody else wants, but I'm chasing something that I really fucking want. Of course, if you go through a spiritual journey, then you realize that majority of the things in what society tells you and all the societal expectation is pure bullshit. And you start peeling these unnecessary things that you believe that is true, you believe this is important in life, then you realize that none of them was actually true. And this is our second life start. And then especially if you're empath, and then if you're feeling lonely, but you're chasing your dream, if you're running a business, it's hard. But not in a bad way when I say it's hard. Because who wants the fucking easy shit? The people who want a shortcut, people who just want to win the lottery and then like, voila, I don't need to do anything the rest of my life. They won't be able to be happy because the definition of happiness is built based on this sadness and then tough times and difficulties. The same goes to the shadow, same goes to the darkness. If there's no light, we don't even define that as a shadow. We cannot even understand what is darkness and what is shadow. And this allows us to experience success. This allows us to experience happiness. That without the dark, a definition of light doesn't exist. Without the sadness, definition of happiness doesn't exist. And right now I'm in an island, Miyajima. It's in Hiroshima state in Japan. In 1945, there was an atomic bomb dropped in the state, Hiroshima. And then we have the atomic bomb dome that is still there. It's actually middle of the city. But this is one of the famous shrines that you might probably notice. And I'm all by myself right here in the entire this trip. And all I can say is this: loneliness doesn't have to be a bad thing. Because I started my coaching, my running a business and content creation, which almost about 3 to 4 years ago. I don't really know exactly when I started, but I think it's almost 4 years. And what I can say is that it's been a lonely path because not so many people can understand it. But the funny thing is that as you go through this path, you start to meet people who understand that loneliness, who understand that path you went through and then struggle that you went through. And I've met a lot of content creators and a lot of entrepreneurs who I respect, and then they went through exact same things. So if you're working on yourself right now, or maybe you start a business, or now trying to grow your business, or trying to achieve your dreams, then guess what? Right now, you might don't have anyone around you understand what it takes to actually do that. Not only just accomplishing this biggest goal that you have, but actually doing what you're doing right now isn't easy. But I want you to remember, even if the people around you right now don't understand and like talk shit about you or laugh at you, guess what? The people who went through never laugh at you. People who went through will laugh with you because they've been there. The other day I had a sales call with this young man from Europe, and he was saying that I only have 500 euros and he was in South America trying to get a citizenship and wanted to change his life, and then he's working on his business, he's working on his new career. I can guarantee a lot of people think he's crazy. A lot of people is going to tell him like, oh, don't do that, you should go home and blah, blah, blah. But I laughed because I've been there. I remember that I had only 500 euros when I was in Milan modeling, and there was a time that I had to decide whether I want to go back to Amsterdam or I want to go to the Malta, because there was a friend of mine living in Malta and he offered me to stay for free. So I've got 500 euro in my pocket, in my bank account, and sitting there waiting to be paid, whether on my rent in Amsterdam, and it was still winter, spring, so it's going to be grey in Amsterdam, it's going to be lots of rain, and it was the middle of COVID. Or I go to Malta and just swim every day, beautiful weather, sunshine, and beautiful ocean. So I bought a ticket to the Malta, and then I stayed there a month, and I had one of the best time in my life. So when I heard that guy who is just struggling right now, and I was like, bro, I've been there. And it was not me laughing at him, it was me laughing at myself with him, remembering the fact that I was in the same place, so I could feel how he's feeling. And then I really want him to be successful. I really want him to push, because if you keep believing in yourself, if you keep embracing the solitude and loneliness, not in a negative way, but understanding, hey, I'm doing something that nobody can do, a lot of people cannot do, and this is what it takes. And this loneliness, this solitude, this feeling of not to be understood is exactly what it takes. But as I said, once you step into the game, once you actually went through a certain period of time, then you will start to meet people who understand exactly you went through, and that's how you connect with like-minded people. So sometimes it's not the best feeling to acknowledge that you're feeling lonely, but I want to remember that is exactly the indication that you're doing great. So stay focused on yourself, and stay focused on your path, and then don't forget what you really want, and then why you really want. Why you want what you want is going to be the bridge from where you are to where you want to get to. And don't expect yourself to win quick. Expect yourself keep winning. And how do you do that? You have to win today by showing up as who you are in the best way possible. With that said, I genuinely hope this message is going to help you to take a different action or to keep you stay focused. With that said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
My friend, when we're together again, together